Picture this. Your hardcore band has just recorded and is ready to release your very first song and you can't wait to share it with the world. You'd hate for all that work to go to waste because nobody's checking it out, so you're thinking about throwing some Instagram or YouTube ads on there to get the ball rolling. In hardcore, that might actually hurt your band more than it helps it, and I'll give you 5 reasons why. Hardcore is a DIY genre. As a genre that has its roots in punk, the very pillars it was founded on are being against capitalism, non-conformity, anti-authoritarianism, and a do-it-yourself ethic, or DIY for short. And that doesn't mean never spend any money on anything and do everything yourself. If you need your very first logo made but you can't draw or design to save your life, you can always go and find someone in your scene that is better at it than you are. And they'll often do it for very cheap, if not for free. I know I've created logos or posters for free plenty of times. And I'm not saying art because that's what photography, videography, design, that's what all of that is. I'm not saying it should be free at all. I'm just saying you'd probably find someone from the hardcore scene to do it rather than some design company or whatever. Supporting each other is a big part of hardcore, which brings me to my next point. Scene support is more powerful than ads. Imagine a guy that stumbled across your music through YouTube or Instagram ads. Maybe he scrolled right past, or maybe he even checked it out for a few seconds because he kinda liked the way it sounds. Now imagine a second guy that you kinda know from your local, hardcore scene. He plays in a band as well, and you've seen this band a couple of times. Maybe you even sang along a bit. Maybe you stage dived or moshed during their set. Now, which of those two guys do you think has a higher chance of sharing your new track on their own Instagram story? The guy that discovered a random track through an ad, or the guy that has seen you actively be a part of their own show plenty of times? So what do you mean? I have to be at as many local shows as I can just so I can promote my own music? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. If you're only making music to promote it, in order to try and make a quick buck without giving anything in return, you should probably pick a different genre. There's no money to be made in hardcore anyway, unless you're like in one of the biggest hardcore bands in the world, which statistically is rather unlikely. You're part of the scene first. You play in a band. Great. But he takes photos, she does design, and they have a booking agency. Everyone contributes to the scene in their own unique way, and honestly, that's kind of the greatest part about it. Ads can hurt your reputation. They really can. For example, I used to play in a pop-punk band, and I gotta say that scene is quite different. You're appealing to a way broader audience. The music is more melodic, more catchy, and it's easier for even non-pop-punk listeners to, get into. There's so many people that enjoy Blink-182 or Neck Deep in the car, but they rarely go to shows of touring bands as much as the average hardcore fan does, let alone a local show. Don't quote me on this, but I'm willing to bet not even 10% of people that listen to pop-punk on Spotify will actually go to local shows in their area on a regular basis, if ever. So if that other 90% stumbles across your music through an ad, they might like it, add it to their Spotify list and move on. They won't really have an opinion on ads or really be against it. A hardcore fan, on the other hand, will often think that you're trying to buy attention, that you're not part of the scene or that you're one of those bands. Your music might even be good, but the first impression becomes negative. I catch myself doing the same thing, and I don't do it on purpose, but when a local-ish band promotes their music through an ad, I don't know, it just comes across as not genuine, not authentic. And that brings me to my next point. Hardcore fans value authenticity. They want to feel like the band is part of the community, that the band plays shows, but supports other bands as well. If you are playing a show, whether hanging around backstage or smoking during the sets of the other bands, chances are you won't be invited to play in that area again very often. Ads create a distance between the band and the audience. Have you ever seen a hardcore show? The very culture is about no distance. That's why there's no barriers between the stage and the crowd. People need to be able to stage dive, grab the mic of the singer and sing along. Everyone's equal here, remember? And that brings me to my last point. Ads don't build real fans. Sure, this may be a little bit black and white, and I'm sure there's cases where they do, but generally speaking, in this genre, and especially when you're trying to promote your very first EP, ads won't build real fans. How often has someone from your local scene come up to you and tell you to check out this band they discovered through an Instagram ad? If you say regularly, well, then maybe my local scene is different from yours and I stand corrected. But chances are, they don't. Ads can get views, but hardcore bands, they need something different. People who come to shows, people who buy merch, people who mosh during your set and stage dive and sing along. Hardcore bands don't need casual listeners. They need dedicated supporters. And I know I keep mentioning the local scene, but think of bands that have gotten bigger more recently. Have you ever seen an Instagram ad of Mindforce, Tsunami, or Pain of Truth? Again, there's no database of bands that have or haven't used ads, so don't quote me on that. But I know those bands built their reputation through shows and the scene first. Now I realize not everyone might agree with what I'm saying in this video. I'm mainly speaking from personal experience, of course, so you're welcome to share how you feel about it. Tell me if you feel I'm way off. That's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by liking the video or leaving a comment down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.